Hello, my name is Lynn. I teach 6th grade math and science at Green Valley Middle School in Fairfield, California. Over the past few years, I've been trying to pull together some science resources that meet the NGSS standards. I love the materials that I found on National Geographic, so when I saw the opportunity to take the certification course, I jumped at the chance.
We started the year off with a unit on how humans impact the environment. The focus started off with the water cycle, how much water is on Earth, and how little of it is available to humans as a resource. This led to lessons about other resources available on Earth, and which ones are renewable and which ones are not. We were lucky to have the Solano RCD, a granted program, come to the classroom to teach lessons about our local watershed. We then took a field trip to the Sassoon Marsh. At the Sassoon Marsh, students were able to take water and soil samples to assess the health of the environment. I wanted my students to understand that pollution is not just a problem on a local level, but a global issue. I chose to adapt a National Geographic lesson on the Mount Everest watershed. Students were shocked to find out how much garbage and human waste was left on the mountain. Students were quick to synthesize that this would have an impact on the watershed and the drinking water for the community. We also discussed how the human world can have an impact on the ecological health of the natural world. Other impacts discussed were how the community depends on Mount Everest for income. In addition, the government had to get involved in the cleanup of all of the pollution. The National Geographic unit that this theme closest relates to is caring about the planet. The next part of the lesson on Mount Everest was called Trash to Treasure, where students are challenged to take something that is considered trash and turn it into something useful, otherwise known as upcycling. I wanted to empower and inspire my students by showing them what other people have upcycled. Next, I wanted to foster an attitude of responsibility and the idea that although we can't go to Mount Everest, we can make a difference right here at our own school. So let's go pick up garbage, make something out of it, and then teach others about how garbage left on the ground could eventually end up in our watershed or perhaps even in the ocean. I had students collaborate in groups and pairs to brainstorm ideas for their upcycling project. I wanted them to communicate their ideas to each other. Students then had to start making their item. One group made a basketball hoop out of cardboard and a ball out of miscellaneous garbage. Every time the ball hit the backboard, the stand would tip over. This group had to problem solve and went back over and over, adding weight to the base so that it wouldn't tip over. My intention was to have my students connect the dots to everything they had learned in this unit and on how humans impact the environment, and walk away with the knowledge that human activities have had a negative impact on Earth, and that everyone needs to take action to do something about it. The National Geographic lessons had a huge impact on the students and on me. We were all shocked to find out how much garbage and human waste was left on Mount Everest. I had never heard this before. I was so excited about how motivated my students were to upcycle the garbage, as evidenced in the photos. They couldn't wait to get started on their project. One girl brought in garbage before I had even explained the challenge. Many students were asking each day, "Are we doing the upcycle project today?" Since this lesson, students are eager to continue making items. They have asked to save their items and make an exhibit on Earth Day where they can display their items and teach others about pollution and upcycling. As an educator, I am eager to continue adapting National Geographic lessons to my science curriculum so that I can have a greater impact on students.